the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, one thing we know, they feel they match up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's a road game for the Thunder, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Welcome to New York, home court advantage for the Knicks. Welcome, folks, and thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us here at 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, DeAndre Jordan shoots with his left hand, but he bowls with his right. He throws with his right, and he finishes with his right around the rim. But he insists he's left-handed. He said, I tried to shoot with my right hand, and it was pretty much the same, maybe worse. I'm going to stick with the left because I've been practicing that for a while. Kevin?
Interesting strategy, DA. Thank you. Jordan shoots a high percentage from the field. You can't fault him for using that logic. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Kyrie Irving is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Hayward, then it's Paul George, and it's Towns in at the 5 spot.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Paul kicks to Nowitzki. It's rebounded by Towns.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
A nice shot by George.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
And here is Nowitzki after Paul George getting his 3 to go. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Towns kicks to Butler. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Towns a screen on Young. Here's George. They get it again. Off with the layup. Here is Korver. Feeds to Paul. Pass to Chi. Paul with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Young from outside. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. To the paint. Hayward can't hit.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
Paul outside. He kicks it to Young. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. Drops in the tray. 6 points for Gordon Hayward.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Nowitzki with the screen on Hayward. The pass to Chi. Paul kicks to Young. Kicks it out to Paul. 4 on the shot clock. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And the shooting form of Chris Paul is just a thing of beauty. I like to watch him fire from the perimeter.
George against Young. George passes to Hayward. Now here's Butler. Defense right on him. Shoots over Korver, and it's Butler missing.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Well, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Here's Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 8 points for Gordon Hayward. Knicks trail by 6. Korver dishes to Paul. Back to Korver. He dishes it to Nowitzki. 5 to shoot. Outside for Korver. Paul passes to Young. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Towns has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Ball against Irving. Here's Butler. Makes a big height bounce and goes in.
And Butler is a polished mid-range scorer. You got to be up in his jersey whenever he's around that area of the floor.
Now here's Paul. He feeds it to Nowitzki. The Thunder pull it in. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Knicks trail by 11.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And when you look at the 2nd year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Passes it to Chi. Paul outside. Young with no one around. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Young's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Irving kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Here's Chi. Young from outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Towns, the screen. Here's George. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
And here's Young from the arc. Again, Young missing.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
3-pointer, Butler. Rebounded by Chi. Knicks trail by 10. Paul outside. Chi passes to Korver. The dish to Nowitzki. Over Hayward. Nowitzki, no good.
Man, he's missing those kind of good looks. His team is in some serious trouble.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And he makes the first.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league. And couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Outside Butler. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Towns a screen on Young. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
They set the pick. Fires for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Young's got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Irving dishes to Butler. Kicks to Hayward. It's George on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. The 15-footer uses the glass to drop it in. He's got 9.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Brent, when you think back to some of your favorite teammates in your 14-year career, what characteristics do those guys tend to have?
I think about 2 things, Kevin. The first is competitive drive. You always are drawn to guys who on a daily basis just want not only their team to be their best, but they want to be their best. That's an attractive quality. And secondly, probably the idea about where basketball sits in terms of the priority in your life. I always appreciated guys who could go do their work, separate from their work, and enjoy the time in the moment that they had with teammates, with family, with friends. That kind of balance, to me, is an attractive quality.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Love's check in for Chi. Tatum comes in for Nick Young. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Paul. The Thunder also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Towns. Ben Simmons comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Kyrie Irving. Oh, Griffin in position, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Puts it up from 12. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
They can't shake Simmons. He is very used to getting hit. Even with contact, he can finish strong.
Lin kicks to Westbrook. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Lowry with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Here's Simmons. Again, Oklahoma City.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Now here's Lynn. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Love. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 5. Goes up off the pick and finished off by Westbrook.
It's funny when Russell slows down, he gets a little more crafty with his moves and his pacing, leaving the defense right there helpless.
Now here's Simmons. They have a 9-point lead, and he comes up with the deuce. Simmons got 8.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Nowitzki against Simmons. Porzingis is checked in for the Knicks. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. McCollum's checked in. Westbrook against Lowry. The shot's good from Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Lowry passes to George. Over Tatum. Again, Oklahoma City.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Knicks trail by 11. Outside Westbrook. That's tipped and stolen by Simmons. Here's Lowry.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
2-2.
First free throw is good.
Take a look at the Knicks over the last few seasons, Kevin, and they just haven't gotten anything going. Last year, they thought they were in a good spot with the additions of Rose and Noah, but the team just couldn't string anything together, had a myriad of problems both on and off the floor.
And so he makes both from the line. 1:22 left in the first. There's the screen. Westbrook against McCollum. Shoots from the baseline. Westbrook, no good. Brent, for the Knicks, they go after big names to try and get a super team together. But unfortunately, they've been getting players on the downside of their career.
I think that's the head-scratching part of all this, Kevin, is that this is New York City, often referred to as the Mecca of basketball, yet free agents have avoided New York. They have not wanted to come and take on the pressure of helping to rebuild the franchise. And many of these issues stem from a disconnect between management and what's going on the floor.
Here's Porzingis after Ben Simmons' bucket. Count it, good.
Sometimes good defense against a guy that size, it's just not going to work out.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Lowry kicks to Griffin. Outside, Simmons. Back to Griffin. Wide open look, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Screen by Porzingis. There's a good screen. Fires the three. The shot, no good. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's the Thunder up by 15. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Everybody, just cool it. This song is dedicated to the one and only. Never be another. He was my brother.
And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got C.J. McCollum. Griffin is out there with Simmons. Then there's Lowry, and it's George in at the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost, it's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
Here's Griffin, and it falls over the rim and in. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
From 10 feet out, New York, no good that time either.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Simmons dishes to George. Tries again. Griffin passes to Simmons. Good D from Love. Knicks trail by 13. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Outside, George. Over Iguodala. George missing again.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Porzingis against Griffin. Porzingis kicks to Lynn. 6 to shoot. Up off the screen. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That's an encouraging sign from Kevin Love, willing to give up his body, something he does on a nightly basis.
Westbrook against Lowry. Oh, Griffin in position. hands it from short range.
Timeout.
12 points for Ben Simmons.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Greg, when you think about the franchises in the league that have sustained success, who are always competitive, Oklahoma City should be right there at the top.
I mean, just look at the records for the Thunder, and their success really does speak for itself. 8 straight seasons of 500 or better basketball. Only the Spurs and Rockets can also make that claim.
So for the Knicks, he's checked in for Love. Korver comes in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Paul in for Russell Westbrook. Then for the Thunder, Towns, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Hayward comes in for George. And Irving subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Screen by Porzingis. The jump hook in deep. Paul drops it in. Paul's got 5.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Towns the screen. McCollum outside. Towns sets the pick for McCollum. His first shot coming late. This ball grabs the miss.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort. I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Here's Griffin after Kyle Korver's bucket. Picked by Griffin. Towns dishes to Irving. McCollum outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
I'm sure that's on the scouting report to not let him catch and shoot. With McCollum's marksmanship, that's easy money.
Now here's Iguodala. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Down low. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Paul.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Irving kicks to Towns. Griffin inside, headed by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Paul with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Paul's got 7 now in this quarter.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Here's Towns. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, you bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
Now here's Paul. He's got 10. She passes to Korver. Out to Porzingis. Latre. That one doesn't drop. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Griffin kicks to Hayward. Dishes it to Towns. Picked by Griffin. Jumper off the screen. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
There's the pick. Iguodala against Hayward. Iguodala, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Connects from three-point range.
Look, they know it. He knows it. That jumper is pure. As a defender, it's hard not to overplay McCollum to shoot the 3.
That's a 2 from Paul. New York, no good that time either.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
Free throw drops for Hayward. A different look for New York. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Porzingis. Young is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Butler, he's checked in for McCollum. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Now here's Paul. 10 points for him. And they get it. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hayward dishes to Irving to the inside. Towns, no luck. And a big problem for the Knicks in their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth. More than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years.
Now here's Paul. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Awesome defense, just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
No coverage that time. Butler's got 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Paul passes to Young. Nowitzki sets a screen for Young. Nowitzki with the screen on Hayward. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. 18 feet out, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Butler. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Basket counts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Butler. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 7.
And it's really easy to appreciate Butler. I mean, especially how he just fends off contact on those difficult attempts.
Now here's Paul. He's got 10. Nowitzki a screen. Hayward against Young. Over Hayward. That one wide left.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Towns sets the pick for Hayward. Off the screen, and Hayward with the stuff.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Chi. There's the feed to Korver. Some solid defense from Butler. Oklahoma City leading by 20. Hayward with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Irving can't hit.
he sunk that three in the first. It's yet to make another one.
Paul dishes to Korver. Feeds it to Young. Again, Young missing.
Now that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Towns sets the pick for Hayward.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
For the Knicks, Howard comes in for Chi, and it's Tatum in for Kyle Korver. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Thunder. .131 left here in the second. Butler kicks to Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much. Hey, John.
I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
Here's Simmons following the basket by Dwight Howard. Hayward outside. Towns down low, working on Howard. Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 6.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action. But whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
Hayward passes to Simmons. Outside Irving. Over Paul. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's now 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Screen by Young. Now here's Tatum. Defended by Hayward. Got freed up. Nice work off the pit.
Well, at 6'11" and 265, that's a big guy out there setting some screens to open up some space.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Inside and taken away by Paul from deep three-point range, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Oklahoma City out in front, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Gordon Hayward has been all over the floor tonight. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they play well.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, the bottom line, Ernie, they got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into protecting the paint, and these guys were standing behind the line, yakum, splaka kataya, and that strategy backfired, Ernie. They gave up far too many open looks, and all those threes killed them.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And as we return to New York, a panoramic vista of downtown Manhattan taken from the observation deck of the Empire State Building. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. They've got Young. Nowitzki is out there with Chi. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Paul in at the 1. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Paul over Irving. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got the first field goal of the second half for New York. The Thunder leading by 18. Irving kicks to Butler. There's the pass to Hayward. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Paul. And here's Young from the arc. Trains the three-pointer. Young's got 12.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Irving kicks to George. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Towns, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle. And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
It's rebounded by Towns. Oklahoma City leading by 17. To the middle and stolen by Nowitzki. Korver against Butler. And stolen by Butler. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. A nice shot by Irving. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
Here's Young, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Young. The rebound by Paul George.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
He kicks to Irving. He dishes it to Towns. Towns, the screen. Down low. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
New York calls timeout. Brent, you were known for your leaping ability. You won a dunk contest. We all remember it very vividly. During the pre-draft process, did they measure your max vertical?
They did, Kevin. At the Chicago pre-draft camp, you run through a series of tests there. Your conditioning, how your CO2 gets kicked out. They put this mask on you and check your stamina. There's a bunch of doctors in there poking and prodding. I won't go into detail about that.
Thank you.
But they did measure the max vertical during that Chicago pre-draft, and it was about 39-inch vertical leap, so not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Minutes gone now in the third quarter. Paul kicks to Nowitzki. There's the pick. Young inside. He took good advantage of that screen. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And a wide open look for Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Korver with it. Butler covering. Korver kicks to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Chi. Some nice passing by New York here. Shoots over Towns. Chi's shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 19. Outside Butler. Irving for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
Cannot give Kyrie that kind of daylight from behind the three-point line. Gets that shot off so fast, you can't defend it.
Nowitzki with the screen on Hayward. Paul dishes to Nowitzki. Over Irving. Buries it down low. And it's 6 points for Nowitzki.
Not sure how people underestimate continually how great Chris Paul has been. Sixth sense kind of stuff there, knowing where his teammate was.
Now here is Irving. 12 points for him.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Paul against Irving. Paul outside. Butler against Korver. New York needs to get off a shot. Fades back. And Dirk Nowitzki once again. Nowitzki's got 8 points. The Thunder leading by 18. Irving kicks to Hayward. Young against George. Towns sets the pick for George. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebounding.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many, 90% on the year.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from George. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. But very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
And George drops them both. Knicks trail by 20. Now Lynn. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Nowitzki with the screen on Hayward. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Westbrook with it. Lowry picks him up. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Nowitzki. 12 points for him.
And there are guys that stop on the dime and shoot, but Russell stops and rises up. No way to challenge him there.
There's the dish to Hayward. Back to McCollum. Hayward a screen on Lynn. Here's McCollum. Makes it off the glass. McCollum's got 7.
Just like it when he gets in there, McCollum using his wingspan to take advantage.
Love with the screen for Nowitzki. Off the pick. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Griffin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And oh, he jams it right over Kevin Love. Wow.
Wow, Blake Griffin giving you all the highlights right here. His jams igniting both the crowd and his teammates.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Nowitzki. He's got 8. It's a pick by Love. Here's Westbrook. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the chase for the triple-double last year with Russell Westbrook was one of the most incredible seasons the NBA has ever seen. And I think that everybody who's a ball player thinks about the point guard rebounding as tenaciously and as consistently as Russell did last season as being the most incredible part of his season.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Westbrook has always been a great rebounder, but that was seemingly the most surprising aspect of all of his triple-doubles.
Yes, 6'3" tall and leaping out of the building and over the top of guys 6'8", 6'10", and snatching boards. His previous high for rebounds was under 8 a game, which is impressive in its own right, but what a huge jump to grab over 10 in a triple-double season. Still remarkable stuff.
And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Blake Griffin. Westbrook kicks to Nowitzki. Takes the 13-footer, and Love with his second chance points. Love's got his second basket.
Kevin Love refusing to give up possession of the basketball after that miss, giving it all he's got down there.
Bucket is good.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Here's Lynn after Ben Simmons' bucket. Nowitzki with the screen on Simmons. Lowry against Westbrook. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
You can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Shot from 12. Lowry can't get it to go.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
Griffin can't get it to go in. Knicks trailed by 18. Iguodala outside. He feeds it to Westbrook. And a wide open look for Lynn. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. That's 7 points for Lynn.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
And no question, it looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Offensive rebound. Here's Simmons. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Iguodala, the pass to Love. Good on the shot. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Simmons with it. He's got 14. And the rejection by Love. Westbrook against Lowry. It's stolen by Lowry. Kicks it to Griffin. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Griffin's got 12 points in the game. Knicks trail by 15. Westbrook drives in, and Griffin sends it back.
So Griffin using the vertical on defense. That's a scary thought.
And the shot goes in. And that's now 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. They always attempt to wear you out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
So for the Knicks, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Nowitzki. Tatum comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Korver in for Jeremy Lin. New York's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Screen by Howard. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. Korver kicks to Howard.
Well, one advantage you have with Blake Griffin playing that spot on the floor is that he can defend well both inside the post and step out and do the same on the perimeter.
Lowry from outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. He has 5.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And here's Love from the arc. Howard's shot is good.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now here's Lowry. 5 points in the game over Westbrook, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And that in-between range is a shot Lowry uses to keep defenders off balance. As good as he is with the 3-ball or attacking at the rim, he still has that mid-range to fall back on.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Love for 3. Hands it from downtown. Love's got 9.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
And here's George. He's got 13. Outside Lowry. From the arc. The shot off that time. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Right back after this break. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Paul George is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Butler in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Korver. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not often, but Korver getting active now on the inside to get a good quality shot.
Irving kicks to Griffin. Down low, Towns. Second shot opportunity, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Blake Griffin.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Now here's Korver. The Young outside. Dishes to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. The shot's good from Paul.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
Irving kicks to Butler. Shoots over Korver and stolen by Tatum. Young outside. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Korver. The feed to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Hayward. That one goes in.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
He's checked in for Dwight Howard.
One shot.
And Brent, there aren't a lot of places quite as special as playing here in New York and on this floor. What was it like for you the first time you played against the Knicks in New York?
Unbelievable. I love getting to the big city every year. Amazing to be inside the Garden. I have to tell you, Kevin, one of my favorite things was to walk to the New York Knicks opposing team locker room and see the poster of Frank Sinatra outside the locker room. He did it his way, and we ended up doing it ours.
And it's George finishing it off.
The point guard that has floor awareness has the advantage. This time it's Kyrie Irving's.
Paul passes to Chi to the left side wing. Now here's Tatum, guarded closely. There's the pick. Pass to Young. There's the 3. Hayward grabs the board. The Thunder leading by 20. Outside, George. The kick out to Irving. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in.
You really have to be up on Kyrie Irving, especially when he's this deep. He gets the shot off so quick.
Korver dishes to Paul. Over Irving. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Korver. And that's now 17 points for Chris Paul. Thunder have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Irving kicks to Butler. Feeds to Hayward. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple of years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10 for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Brent, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin, I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the offseason, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team, and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after New York gets the 3. And George kicks to Butler. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
And the pass to Chi. He kicks to Tatum. Passes to Chi. It's Young on the wing. Towns comes with a double team. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Oklahoma City leading by 21. Irving kicks to Towns. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, when Kyrie Irving is focused on moving the ball, this team becomes even more deadly. A good decision there.
Now here's Tatum, defended by Hayward. And the rejection by Towns. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. The Knicks making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Clock at 6. Paul kicks to Korver. From deep. New York, no good that time either.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hayward outside. Butler against Korver. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 5th assist in this one.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Now here's Korver. He dishes it to Young. From deep three-point range. The shot by Paul, no good. The Thunder have gone on a tear here in the 4th. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Butler on the wing. Over Korver. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And just only so much you can do against Butler. Even in the face of intense defense, he stays focused on that basket.
Nowitzki, the pass to Young. It's good from long range. Young's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Towns, the screen. Towns sets the pick for Butler. Off the pick. It's deflected. Young outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on George.
The line for Knicks, Nick Young. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. And Brent, you went up against Hornacek as a player and even defended him a couple times. What was it like playing against Hornacek, the player?
Well, I want you to ask Jeff Hornacek if I defended him, because I thought I did a good job, and sometimes the box score didn't reveal it. But what a tremendous shooter, a great off-ball mover, certainly in that system with John Stockton. And if there was any room, Kevin, that I gave Jeff Hornacek, and trust me, there was plenty of times I did that, he was knocking down jump shots. One of the most efficient players in Jazz history.
Ginobili kicks to Jordan. Nowitzki against Gasol. Back to Irving. To the paint. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Young inside. Defended by Hayward. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
He's checked in for the Knicks. Korver comes in for Jeremy Lin. The Thunder also changing it up. Towns, he's checked in for Jordan. Paul George comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Butler in for Manu Ginobili. Now here's Hayward. Towns, the screen. Off the pick. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward. Hayward's got 7 points for the quarter.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job and challenging it. This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Here's Irving. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Kyrie made enough room to get the shot off there. The in-between game right now, he's showing off his precise.
Korver kicks to Paul. To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Paul George. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lowry comes in for Kyrie Irving. And both free throws good for Paul George. And so it's New York with it. Outside, Porzingis. In the corner, it's Lin. Screened by Porzingis. Lin kicks to Westbrook. Back to Lin. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. You were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Pulls up on the elbow. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. New York's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Simmons. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Truer words never spoken. Breakdown on the perimeter, D, and the communication severely lacking there.
Now here's Lin. And the rejection by Towns. 4 on the shot clock. It's good.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
George dishes to Lowry. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Russell Westbrook.
Kyle Lowry at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. McCollum's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Kyle Lowry drops them both. For New York, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. In the pass to Porzingis. It's not going to go for him. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. McCollum kicks to Lowry. Towns the screen. Now here is Lowry, and here's McCollum for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. They set the pick. Outside Westbrook. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Now here's McCollum. Simmons on the wing. Back to McCollum. Over Westbrook. McCollum, no good. New York's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, the tone was set by him defensively tonight. Recorded a number of blocks, and that was a big difference maker, intimidating the other team.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. McCollum against Len. McCollum dishes to Lowry. To the inside, and Towns gets it to go.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Now here's Westbrook. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Towns. Porzingis can't hit. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.